Good afternoon, student. In this video, I will be discussing about few concepts related from the chapter thermodynamics. Many of you have asked the science system, how it works, and all these things. So let's start. So thermodynamics is the branch of physical chemistry which deals with the interconversion of one form of energy into another, and conversion of work into heat and heat into work. But 100% conversion is not possible. No machine can be 100% efficient. So first concept is about system. Part of the universe under study or investigation is called system. Like if we are working in a lab, the test tube will be our system. If we are working in a lab, test tube will be our system. The part of the universe other than the test tube, or the part of the universe other than the system, will be our surrounding. So system plus surrounding makes it universe. And there will be some thermodynamical processes like isothermal process, temperature is constant, delta T is 0. Adiabatic process, there is no exchange of heat between system and surrounding, dq is 0. Isochoric process, delta V is 0 because the volume is kept constant. Isobaric process, pressure is constant, so delta P is 0. Cyclic process is a process in which a system returns to its original position after a series of steps. So the delta U, that is internal energy change, and delta H, enthalpy change, both are 0. Now, you should know what is the sign of enthalpy change for exothermic as well as endothermic reaction. So for exothermic reaction, the enthalpy change is negative. For exothermic reaction, the enthalpy change is negative because change in enthalpy is the enthalpy summation of the enthalpy of product minus summation of the enthalpy of reactant. So in case of exothermic, what happens? The product has lesser energy than the reactant, so it is negative. In case of endothermic reaction, the summation of the enthalpy of product is more than the summation of enthalpy of reactant, so it is positive. You have to know that what is heat of neutralization. So it is the energy released when 1 gram equivalent of an acid react with 1 gram of equivalent of a base to form 1 gram equivalent of a salt. So it is constant for strong acid and strong base, and it is equal to minus 57.1 kilojoule per mole. You have to keep this in mind. Per equivalent, you can say, that will be more better. One equation which generally the question is asked is the relationship between enthalpy change and internal energy change. So delta H is equal to delta U plus delta NgRT. Here delta Ng, you have to take the number of moles of gaseous product minus number of moles of gaseous reactant. That means it is the difference of the moles of the gaseous product minus reactant. Entropy is the measure of randomness or disorder of a system. It is Q reversible by T. Its unit is joule per Kelvin. Mind it, joule per Kelvin, not kilojoule per Kelvin. So whenever the question comes based on this, keep this in mind because you have to convert it into kilojoule. Now, one of the most important concept regarding thermodynamic chapter is the Gibbs energy. Change in Gibbs energy is enthalpy change minus T delta S. So this equation is very, very important for your upcoming exam. So Gibbs energy is negative. If Gibbs energy is negative, then it is a spontaneous process. If Gibbs energy is positive, then it is a non-spontaneous process. And if Gibbs energy is 0, then it is equilibrium. So applying, how you will apply this Gibbs energy relation, that is a very important concept. There are few more equations which are very important, like Gibbs energy, change in Gibbs energy is equal to minus 2.303 RT log Kc. So that is also one of the important. You can have a relationship between Gibbs energy and EMF also, that is delta G equal to minus NF E cell standard. So that all equation you have to keep in mind. You must be knowing about state function whose exact value cannot be determined. We can only determine by changing the state from one form to another, like the temperature, pressure, number of moles, volume, internal energy, enthalpy, Gibbs energy, entropy. These are all state functions. So we find the difference in the values. We find the difference in the values like delta G equal to G2 minus G1, delta S equal to S2 minus S1, delta H is equal to H2 minus H1, delta U is equal to U2 minus U1, delta P is equal to P2 minus P1, delta T is T2 minus T1. So this way we find out the state functions value. So you have to also know the statement of the first law, second law, zeroth law, and third law. So first law is actually the principle of conservation of energy. It states that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can simply be converted from one form to another. The second law states that in any physical, chemical or biological process, the energy of the universe is conserved, but entropy always increases. So delta S universe always greater than 0. That means entropy of the universe always increases in any process. Third law states that for a perfectly crystalline solid at 0 Kelvin, that is absolute zero, the total entropy is zero. The total entropy of a perfectly crystalline solid is taken as zero, but there are certain substances whose crystalline form don't have zero entropy even at 0 Kelvin, that is absolute zero. Zeroth law says that if two bodies A and C are in thermal equilibrium, B and C are in thermal equilibrium, then A and B will also be in thermal equilibrium with each other. You have to keep in mind that at thermal equilibrium condition, temperature of the body are equal. So suppose A and C are in 50 degrees Celsius, B and C are 50 degrees Celsius, so A and C are also equals. So these are the concepts that you have to remember. You have to also know the definition of thermochemistry process like heat of formation, enthalpy of formation, or enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of solution, enthalpy of atomization, lattice enthalpy, how Born-Haber cycle is used to calculate lattice enthalpy, enthalpy of neutralization, enthalpy of combustion, which is always negative. So these are the questions, these are the things that you have to keep in mind. I hope you will be able to figure out what is going to be asked in the exam, because these are the formula which I have written is generally the most important. And keep in mind that heat gained by the heat given to the system is positive, heat lost by the system is negative, work done on the system is positive, work done by the system is negative. So these are the points if you keep in mind, student. I hope you will be able to answer the thermodynamic question. In my upcoming video I will try to discuss the questions which have appeared in EAMCET exam. You can check some of my videos from chemical bonding where I have discussed the lattice enthalpy Born-Haber cycle. So go through that also, because lattice energy related questions do come in exam. So I hope you all are preparing very well and keep yourself busy with your preparation. Don't waste your time. These are very crucial time for your exam, and all the very best. All the very best. Thanks for watching.